I smoked for 10 years and it almost destroyed my life. After multiple failed attempts, I finally quit in 2021 and I never looked back. In this video, I'm gonna share the benefits I noticed after quitting smoking and how it completely changed my life for the better in just a few weeks. So, if you've ever thought about quitting smoking or wondered what it's really like, make sure you watch this video until the end. I was surrounded by smokers since I was a kid. My dad is a smoker, and because of that, I never really thought smoking was that bad. Yes, I knew smoking could be dangerous, but still, I didn't think it was that bad. I mean, I grew up watching him smoke, and to me, he seemed to enjoy it. And whenever he was stressed or anxious, he'd light a cigarette and he seemed more relaxed. So I thought, if he enjoys smoking that much, and if it helps him relax, it can't be that bad, right? So I wanted to experience those benefits too. And honestly, I thought that smoking would make me look cool and tough. Yes, I know I was young and dumb, but I was just a teenager who wanted to fit in and be like everyone else, especially since all of my high school friends were already smoking. So I started smoking too. And in the beginning, it was just a few cigarettes a day with my friends at school. For us, smoking was a way to skip class and hang out more. But then I finished high school and started working and making my own money, and that's when everything changed. I slowly went from just a few cigarettes a day to 20 a day, then slowly to 40 a day, and then 2020 came. The whole world went into lockdown because of the coronavirus. And while other people were stocking up on food and drinks, I was stocking up on cigarettes. During lockdown, there was nothing to do. I couldn't go out, I couldn't hang out with my friends, so all I did was watch TV, play video games, and smoke. And that's when I completely lost control over my addiction. I was smoking 60 cigarettes a day. And I know you're probably wondering, how did you even have the time to smoke that much? Well, I was a chain smoker. I could easily smoke 5 or 6 cigarettes in a row. Sometimes, just while drinking coffee, I could smoke up to 10 cigarettes. I really couldn't control myself. And because I was smoking so much, my health was getting worse. And honestly, I was scared. A lot. I mean, I was young. I should have been in the prime of my life, full of energy and strength, but I wasn't. Instead, I felt tired all the time. I struggled to sleep. I had constant brain fog. I couldn't focus. My stomach problems had gotten a lot worse, and my anxiety was worse than ever. Every morning, I woke up feeling tired. At night, I couldn't fall asleep. I would toss and turn in bed, and even when I finally fell asleep, I kept waking up during the night. And I guess that's why I always felt so tired. And my stomach was a mess too. I mean, every morning I had diarrhea. And it got to the point where I didn't even know what I could eat anymore because everything started giving me acid reflux. I was just 24 years old and I had to take medication for acid reflux. I had a lot of gas. I was really bloated. My stomach was huge. And that bloating was even causing chest pain sometimes. On top of that, I was having heart palpitations. And that scared the crap out of me. I thought I was dying. So, of course, I Googled my symptoms, and according to Google, I was having a heart attack. So, yeah, never Google your symptoms. Also, my anxiety was worse than ever. Sometimes I had to take medication to calm myself down. And honestly, I didn't even know why I felt so anxious all the time. I felt like a ticking time bomb. The smallest thing could set me off. I was honestly convinced that cigarettes were the only thing that could calm me down. I was afraid that if I quit smoking, I wouldn't be able to handle it and that I would become even more anxious. I was scared of change, but at the same time, I was even more afraid of getting sick and dying. So in November 2021, I decided I wasn't going to wait any longer and I quit on my 7th attempt. The whole time I was smoking, I thought it will take me years, maybe even decades before I noticed the first benefits of quitting smoking. But in fact, if I remember correctly, it took only 3 or 4 days before I noticed the first change in my body. And the first thing I noticed was that my sense of smell and taste started coming back. I remember having a coffee with a friend and it tasted really weird. I thought there must be something wrong with the coffee, or maybe even the water. But then I realized I started drinking coffee years after I became a smoker. So until then, I had never really tasted real coffee. And that's not the only thing I noticed. The quality of my sleep improved a lot. I stopped waking up during the night, which used to drive me crazy, and now I wake up actually feeling rested. Because of that, I have way more energy than I did when I was smoking. But I'll be honest, not everything was perfect in the beginning. In the first week when I quit smoking, my stomach problems actually got way worse. I was having diarrhea more often, and almost everything I ate or drank gave me gas and acid reflux. Now, I know that sounds bad, and I know a lot of people get scared when that happens. You quit smoking and you expect things to get better, but instead you feel worse. But it's not always as bad as it seems. When you quit smoking, your body starts adjusting to a life without toxins and cigarettes and begins to heal. And that can show up as a headaches or diarrhea or even coughing. Sometimes all of it at once. But some people don't experience any of that at all. For me, as I said, it was my stomach. And even though it felt bad at the time, it didn't last long. It lasted only about a week. And I can't finish this video without telling you about the best thing that happened to me after quitting smoking. And that's how much better I felt mentally. Honestly, I was really surprised because while I was smoking, I thought I was an anxious person. I thought that my life is really stressful. But then I quit smoking and realized it wasn't true. I just couldn't believe how calm and relaxed I actually was, and still am, and how smoking had been affecting me this whole time. It completely changed the way I saw myself. Now I don't need cigarettes or medication to calm myself down. I've learned to deal with my emotion in a much better and healthier way. And I realized that cigarettes were a big part of why I felt anxious all the time. Honestly, there are many more benefits I experienced after quitting smoking. Like, I feel better, I look better, my confidence is even way higher than before. I don't have brain fog anymore, my focus is way better than before, even my fingers and my nails aren't yellow anymore. But if I went through all of them, this video would be way too long. So if you want, I can make a second video where I talk about even more benefits I experienced after quitting smoking. Just let me know down in the comments if you want to see that. And before I go, I want to share one last thing with you. Looking back, the only thing I regret is not quitting sooner. I kept making excuses. I was afraid of change. I was afraid of quitting. I was even afraid of what life would feel like without smoking. And because of that, I kept smoking way longer than I should have, and way longer than I ever wanted to. But I didn't have anyone to help me or guide me. I didn't have anyone around me who had gone through it and know how to help. Because of that, I have to learn all of it the hard way. But at the same time, I'm glad that it happened that way, because now I can help you quit smoking. So if you're ready to quit smoking and you want to experience all of these benefits and many more, check out the link below. There's a free ebook that has helped a lot of people quit smoking. And if you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.